Well, hey there team, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to some more 40k Battlesector. Who's got the big loud engine? It's gotta be this bloke. Got a bloody V8 in his donut. Okay, so we're continuing on, playing as Necron. I don't know what any of these blokes do, and I'll go next available. We got little scorpion things, what do they do? Self-destruct. Roger! Okay, they can blow themselves up. That's pretty cool. Annihilation barge. Are you my HQ? HQ. Hex mark. No, you're not. You're a, what are you? HQ. Scopic destroyer. No, I don't even know what you are. What was this? When momentum reaches 100, this unit will surge. Yeah, okay. +5 momentum after moving 3 tiles. Ah, okay. Well, that sounds pretty fucking cool. How far can I move this car?
14 movements.
Yeah, okay, whatever. I don't know what you said, but that's cool. No, not this bullshit again. Can you move a little bit further? Yeah, good. And what about you? You've got a gun.
Too late.
I think we just send it, right?
Now.
We just send it as hard as we can. What is going on here? Why are you making me use them again? Change facing? No, I just want to end their fucking turn. Stop! Oh, this tab cycling kills me. I gotta use P. I gotta use P. Yeah, okay, right. Sorry, I didn't catch that, but that's okay. What's going on here? Get going. Get your legs on, boys. Get your... Really? What target? Alright. What's this? Move. Z. Overwatch. Why are you cycling these dudes again? Oh my god, it shits me to tears.
Who is next on the list?
I don't even care.
Whose life do we end next?
Someone dropped the comment saying that
Purpose is slaughter.
because at the close of the last episode I was sort of saying I don't personally understand the appeal of playing these games PvP when you've got the tabletop, but the point was raised that it's an expensive game, man. Like the models and painting them and putting them together and all that, like there's a lot of investment there. So I can sort of sympathize, yeah, for sure. We're gonna dumpster this team as well, right? Like if I recall, my army's twice the size because they're just neutral dudes.
Another target to seek.
Yeah.
I smell fear.
But yeah, that's a fair point, you know. Plus, you know, world events probably throw a bit of a spanner in the works going around to your mate's house to play a game. Why can't you move? Did I just move you or something?
In progress.
God damn it. P is cycle through the next unused unit.
Artillery. Whose life do we end next?
It's a bit savage, isn't it?
Immortals awaiting command.
I know I'm probably wasting movement points doing it this way, but maybe they'll just sort themselves out, you know?
Who is next on the list?
Is that everyone that's moved? Does it tell me? Got little fists? Because then you can go in turn and an Overwatch everyone.
Overwatch.
Jeez. Okay. Like how far back are you going to place me?
I've been marked.
Stop shooting him. He's just cruising along on his little motorbike. Leave him be. Oh my god.
I see all. I seek a favorable position.
There we go. Give him what for, boys?
Attack vector true.
We're taking fire!
You reckon? Got any more action points? What's this? Plus 50% ignore partial cover penalties. Fixed casting unit, plus accuracy. Okay, that's cool. That's cool, I guess. Target optimization. No, I can't do any of this.
Waiting.
You have targets.
Yeah, get in there, knifey boys.
Who is next on the list?
Up the guts. Anyone else left?
Annihilation barge.
Yeah, all these blokes over here.
Collective. I carry death with me.
Okay, well, you know, should probably get a doctor to have a look at that.
None will pass unseen.
Here they go. Oh, plus range damage, it's rude. Yeah, zap him! Shoot him out of the sky. Little mosquito ladies. Oh, look at these dudes!
Evasive maneuvers.
It's not gonna help you, Shaz.
Evasive maneuvers.
Oh, look at all these blokes I brought. Super long range dudes. Man, how did they survive all of that? Oh, these dudes have been boxed in a bit. I think I've made a bit of a boo-boo here. This focus fire is a bit gross, isn't it? On both sides. Nah, see you later, mate.
We're taking fire!
Taking fire. Quantum shields active.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so look, I don't want to be too critical of the game, but I feel like there's something I'm missing personally in the fandom, which is funny because I am a big 40k fan, though I've sort of been out of the loop for a while. But I just feel like alright, now, so here's an example. Often you get video games that were board games before they were turned into a video game, right? They make the video game version of a board game, right? And outside of being a hardcore fan, I actually find quite a lot of the times they don't make the transition very well, because a lot of what makes those fiddly strategic board games kind of work is the fiddly, you know, doing the math and crunching numbers and a lot of the moving parts that the game itself ends up doing. So then you end up with this board game, video game version, and it kind of just shines a light on how the board game's not that complicated when you outsource a lot of the heavy lifting to the computer, to an AI to do it. And then you're left with a really bare bones sort of game. And a bit of a problem that I feel that I've just described there is what's going on here, right? I'm not rolling any dice or anything like that, you know. I can't see the dude's stuff on the other side of the table, so I have to spend like 3 turns just going up the guts with no idea where they are. And literally all I'm really doing is Okay, look, that's the range. I go up a bit closer and then I right click on them. You know? And it's sort of like, it's kind of thin. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure all the units are really complicated and interesting, and on the back end, all the dice rolls and the stats, they're probably very true to the actual tabletop. I would not be surprised, right? But at the end of the day, it's just me left click move and then right click kill. And can't I like shoot multiple dudes with this thing? Like that? Or something? Not enough action points. Oh, right. I don't know if I want to be in melee with these blokes. So can I run away and get a withdrawal bonus? Or, you know, get stabbed on the way out?
Taking fire.
Worth it.
Quantum shields active.
Yeah, you'd hope so. Oh, they're gonna zone.
Fire.
I don't care, I'm running.
Quantum shields active.
I don't want that fight. I don't want that fight. Anyway, yeah, so I feel like that, and it's a bit unfair because obviously you want to judge a game on its individual merit, but then other considerations come in to play. For example, the previous game that this company covered, which was Deadlock, Battlestar Galactica Deadlock, which we might have to have a look at, is fantastic, right? Whether you're a Battlestar fan or not, as a single-player campaign experience, it's actually really well done, and it's quite similar. You know, if you take the coat of paint off of this, it actually kind of executes fairly similarly, but I think there's more substance there. Whereas then you can also compare this to other 40k games. You know, like even though they're different genres, I can think of probably half a dozen that are just really solid. We've been playing Inquisitor Martyr recently, I keep talking about Mechanicus, but Mechanicus is phenomenal. Even things like Gladius is great as well. Anyway, I'm not necessarily trying to bash on this game. It is just one of those, and you know what? We see this sort of problem. Rage Fueled Charge Attack. Oh, here we go. Hang on. Can you do that? Wait. So can you move and then do that? It's a problem that you can get with certain genres in industry. We'll just get him as close as we possibly can. Like the roguelites, for example. Roguelites are a great example because they're sort of blowing up, but a bit more sort of mainstream would be like battle royales, even though I'm a little bit out of the loop on all of that. And that being that, like, it's one thing to go, all right, we're going to go in on the popular category or game or genre or in this particular case, world, 40k. But what do you sort of bring to the table that's kind of new?
Airfield scouts.
Yeah, I think these dudes are kind of fucked, aren't they? Plus 20 evasion. That sounds good.
Evasive function.
Just fight this dude. I guess my sort of takeaway is, and it's a rough thing because I love.
The sound of our guns will herald their death.
I love games taking risks. You know, that's why I enjoy indies. They're not just cookie cutter, the same sort of rinse and repeat. But unfortunately, that also can mean you can find yourself in a situation where you have a swing and a miss, if that makes sense. Oh, a bit of revenge, eh? So, and to which I would say, like, hang on.
Progressing.
That this is probably as faithful an adaptation of the board game experience into a video game from a sort of dollars and cents sort of from a one-to-one conversion, right? So not like a video game realization, but something that's very, very close to the actual game. This is probably the closest to the 40k tabletop ever, right? And my sort of takeaway is, well, it's almost a case study for not doing that. Do you know what I mean? Just because it can be done doesn't mean it necessarily will be good. Oh, they got flamethrowers? It's a bit rough. Oh, and there go my little cockroach men. Anyway. But, like I said, it depends. Who is the game aimed at, right? Is this actually supposed to be, as was discussed previously, like an alternate to playing the tabletop? You know, during world events and lockdowns and all that sort of stuff. A cheaper alternative where you can play some games with the mates, be comfortable, punch a few beers or something like that, and you don't have to go and set up and all that, you know? Maybe that's your target audience. It's very tough to sort of say because something like this, well, sorry, a 40k game usually isn't really niche aimed, in my experience, right? They're attempting to capture the mainstream audience, right? Like, I wouldn't necessarily... This isn't like, okay, yeah, you could probably call this indie. It would be AA, it's coming out of Slytherin. You know, you don't get real low-end indie 40k stuff. You know, they are trying to capture a significant audience. Anyway, just some sort of thoughts, because I'm not a fan of just bashing something and saying it's bad, right? I'm not necessarily, like, strictly, I'm not saying this is bad at all. I'm saying I'm a little just confused about what it is. And the thing is, it's solid at what it's doing. But
Immortals awaiting command.
in the end, let me... Because again, okay, take all this with a grain of salt as well, because this is all personal interpretation and taste, or whatever you'd like to call it, right? I could be just totally off mark because personally, the experience doesn't resonate with me, and that's fine. I reserve that right. Anyone does. But I just feel that, like, it's not trying to be casual, and yet it's not exactly complicated. Like, it feels like it's at odds with what its maybe mission statement was when they built this game. Anyway, target 100. Oh my goodness. I thought I had way more than these dudes. Rushing up the guts seemed to be doing me a danger. Anyway, yeah. It's a solid game. I just feel like it's missing something. But I also feel like it knows it's doing that. Forget this DLC for a sec. Forget even this mode. When this launched, it was literally a campaign with one Space Marine chapter and Tyranids there if you want to do PvP skirmishes, and they were realised and all that, but that's it. That's all it really was. And they've spent a lot of their obvious production efforts in trying to balance, getting the army lists in there, all the models, doing each army justice, which is not something we've really seen in a video game before. But the end result is, okay, while you went really deep on each of those army lists, the overarching sort of game experience kind of suffered for it. But, like, it's probably a nerd question that you could have with your mates. Imagine if they didn't do something like Gladius, for example, where each team only has so many units. They only have like 6-10 units or something like that, but they've got like every team. They've got like 10 teams. And it's like, well, imagine if they didn't do that. Imagine if they did 1 or 2 teams, but they went deep on the army list and covered everything. You know, maybe that's something you could muse about. And here is the example of that done, and it sort of comes up short, as I see it. Multi-thread eliminator. Here we go. I don't understand why you're not letting me do it.
Targets acquired.
Okay, whatever. Oh, I think it worked.
Evasive maneuvers.
Yeah, so I guess it's going to come down to your appetite for it. I also, like, I have enough self-awareness to realize that I sit in a unique position in that I do have a lot of access to a lot of games, right? And let's say, I don't know, maybe you don't even play video games all that much. Path is not direct enough for charge. Right, so I need to walk up to them and then stab them. And that's a 40k mechanic as well, is charge versus just straight up melee. Path cannot go through walls. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're telling me right now? So you can only charge? So you've fucked me, game. Is what you're telling me. You've fucked me. Okay, that's cool. Can we attack now? Oh no, we're good. We're good now. Oh, Jesus. Just gonna have a headache in the morning. Yeah, so again, like I said, there's multifacets to it.
All death is progress.
And if you are, say, a 40k enthusiast and all you play video game-wise are 40k games, you know, this probably absolutely would be your bread and butter, you know? So... What is this guy doing? What happened with his gun? Bloody had a brain fart. Poor bugger. Get in there, stabby boys. What are you doing? What's this turn around bullshit?
I carry death with me.
Not enough action points. So they can cancel your charge. Is that what you're telling me, game? Now, can I shoot through friendly units? Yeah, I think so. Looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah, zap 'em, boys. Holy dooly.
Evasive maneuvers.
It's not going to help you. Yeah, get amongst it, lads. There we go. I was going to say, where are those points? Give me my points.
Who is next on the list?
Oh, whoops. I thought you were warriors because you all look the bloody same. Yeah, whatever. Just shoot them.
Heavy fire support. Progressing.
Oh, yeah. Finish this chick off. See you later. I think we're all done.
That I may kill you.
The other thing as well, and again, this is just me talking, examining, thinking, not trying to bash, but for something that is ultimately move, click, shows you the ranges, you know, holds your hand, it's pretty basic stuff. It's very slow, you know, like we've been here for half an hour and we're 27 points in, you know. So each of these battles is going to take an hour, and I feel like that hour kind of, people might walk away from that feeling like it lacks substance. Something that I can think of actually, and funnily enough, is a 40k game, well, it's not 40k, it's Warhammer, is Blood Bowl, right? Now, Blood Bowl has a similar problem in that, like, your match, which you can't save, goes for like an hour at a time. It's very long, but it actually has a much more depth and tactical layer than what's in this game. And I still think it's a big problem in Blood Bowl. Love Blood Bowl, but they need to tighten up that turn-based play. You know, I suppose it's just a problem with turn-based. As soon as you give each player 30 fucking units, you're going to have a big turn-based problem. And then, you know, you compare it to its contemporaries that are sort of adjacent cousins, things like your Total War style games that have dealt with that by turning it into a hybrid turn-based overworld map campaign and, you know, real-time maneuvering and skirmishing. And that will be finished in a quarter of the time and at a bunch more depth as well. So it's sort of like, you know, I find myself thinking maybe this is more a commentary on issues with the actual sort of genre.
Death by my hands.
Because not all genres last.
Kill.
Have a look at the RTS genre, for example, right? It's unrecognizable in current day. It's turned into various different... Stop cancelling my charge, you mongrels. It's turned into various sort of hybrids or twists. Again, the Total War one, changing it into essentially 2 games within one. But lots of different, you know, things. Even like MOBAs came out of the RTS space. I don't know.
By my hands.
Artillery. Firing.
Anyway,
Evasive maneuvers.
just some thoughts about all this. It's fun, it's okay, it's solid, you know, and while I'm happy to just not dismiss the game, but you can sort of just put a bow on it and say it's not for me, that's not necessarily what's going on here, because I'm not repulsed by this game. I don't dislike it. I don't think it's good. I don't not get it. I feel like maybe there's not enough value on the table. But if you guys think there is, I'd be curious to hear from fans of it as well. You know, I'm not trying to start some bloody war or anything like that. I'm just sort of saying that it feels like there is a secret sauce missing, and it's not at any fault of the developers trying. I think the developers have done a really good job with this, and I love their pedigree as well. I'm a huge fan of them. But I just kind of feel like I don't know how else to put it other than the secret sauce is missing. You know, you've got all the moving parts, you've got the stat sheets, you've got the beautiful models, you know, you've got the work that's gone into building this, and yet still, as a game, there's something that doesn't quite click. You know, but what would I do? What would I know? I just play video games my entire fucking life for a living. I'm just an idiot on the internet. Who cares? Anyway, look, let's put a pin in this. It's great. It's great for the right people. I don't know. I feel like it's missing something. All right, might just leave it there for the time being, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.